Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Had a nice little 2 week vacation. Well, I wouldn't really call it a vacation of 2 weeks, but obviously we didn't have a show for the last 2 weeks. 1 week was because I was in Tampa. The following week, we were celebrating leprechauns for 24 hours.
That's right.
So it is what it is, but we're back at it, and we're gonna try to give you the most latest and greatest relevance of what's going on in the hobby today. But Mike from Ripping for Rookies is not with us here right now. He's dealing with an unforeseen circumstance. He's learning how to swim, is what I'm gonna go ahead and chalk that up as. All right, but I do have Arnie from Card Deal over here. So how's it going?
What's up,
Arnie?
everybody? Doing good. Can't complain. Good to be back talking about cards and talking about the hobby.
There we go. Let's see who we got up in here today. We got White Sox Tom, Mike DeFrancesco. We got Artie, Lawkins in the building, Maddie, Ray. We got Mark, Allen from Gradeworthy. We have Jory, Stay True Gaming. Welcome. I see that you're new because you do not have a blue wrench by your name.
Yeah, welcome in.
Welcome in. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me as y'all walk in. It's courtesy. Then we got Kenneth in the chat. So welcome, Phil. All right. So first things first, upcoming releases. Nothing new is coming out as far as product in the near future. However, Series 1, they're bringing out some new formats. So like the mega boxes will be releasing in 3 days, and they're being priced at $59.95. I don't know who's still diving into Series 1 because I'm already Series 1 out.
Yeah, I was talking about that recently with somebody, and I said, actually, it was Ray. Ray's in the chat. Ray's traveling to Chicago for work, and we chatted today. And I said, I'm kind of Series 1 out because I'm so close to finishing my set as a set builder. Now, I know you're not a set builder, and you're also kind of burned out. I think that also could be that we're a little bit more excited about the upcoming releases, maybe with 25 Bowman, 24 Heritage High Number, and then potentially in the next few months seeing some Platinum Anniversary. So when I hear Bowman, everything else takes a backseat for me. But Heritage High Number is coming out this week.
Yes. So that is scheduled to be released on the 26th. I don't have a price point on it yet, but
I actually do. It's actually live. It's actually live as a the prices are posted.
Okay.
It's not priced. It's not posted as a buy yet. It'll be on there tomorrow at 12 p.m.
So it's an EQL?
Yep. Well, not an EQL. It's just going to be on the top side. I don't know if they're going to do the EQ. There's no reason to do EQL. It's Heritage, for Christ's sake. If they do, I quit. I can't. This guys, it's $100 a box, and then just multiply it by 12. You don't get a break when you buy a case. 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Set your phone. Set your alerts. If they do one of those, I'm going to lose it.
Well, I do know another product is actually being advertised for release, but as of right now, it's scheduled to be released in May. We're talking about Topps Tribute.
Cheap product. Very affordable.
Very affordable. Let's see. We're looking at 3 autos and 3 relics per box. You're not going to find both, but you'll find either or.
It's like a juiced up museum collection. It's just a little bit better and a little bit stronger than a museum collection and slightly more expensive.
Okay, so they do have the checklist out, but it is subject to change, of course. So I mean, not bad. We'll see.
And outside the rookies, a lot of these guys have contracts, so a lot of the vets you'll see the same kind of players.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to see Bonds in this? I don't know if he was part of that, because I know he's in some of the new releases now that he is signing with Topps.
There he goes.
This one of them?
Pillars of the Game, Barry Bonds.
Okay, so there's the chaser
That's the only one.
Okay. Well, that answers that question. $540 a box, Ray said.
$540 a box. Well, you know what? It's going to stay there.
Yeah, enjoy. That'd be a great product to get into some breaks. Maybe if someone puts 1 or 2 of those into a break,
Yeah.
like a mixer, I think that'd be great. But I don't have the budget to buy that solo box and potentially get skunked.
Right. It's I don't know. It's just
Which is
it's
not. Here's the
crazy.
thing, like draft. Look at draft. Until Jack started playing well, Bowman was going down. Bowman draft was going down. The people were speaking. These bigger breakers, I even go on them myself. It was getting hard to fill the Indians and the Royals as the top number 1 and number 2 overall draft picks. And we spoke with our wallets, so the price stayed down.
Yeah.
And then the guy starts playing better, and it does go up a little bit. But yeah, so think about that. There's a lot to dive into, and just if you don't like it, speak with your wallet. David Adams has high number up at 199. Well, they can keep it because it's $100 a box tomorrow at 12 p.m.
And then Alan is saying that is a slightly different format too.
They added some, the parallels, the chrome, the aquas, 4 per box. So there is some different formats and new colors being added. They're tweaking the numbers to kind of mimic chrome with the out of 10s, the 25s, the 50s, and so forth. So, but it's going to be typical high number, typical stuff.
Yep, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I mean, nothing to get too excited about, and $200. Yeah, just be patient, guys. It's heritage high number.
It'll drop. So repacks, we all have our own neat pet peeves about repacks. Sometimes you'll have that breaker who spends the night prior putting them together, pricing them at the comps for that day, but then they don't take into consideration the following day and whether it's going to drop or rise or whatnot. So you got everybody doing it, and the biggest ones that were actually doing it that seemed legit was Arena Club. But now we got Fanatics who's trying to jump in on the train too, and they're taking a page out of Arena Club's book. They're doing the whole digital thing too.
Yeah, I don't understand the digital thing, but physical cards, if this means that there's more people buying these, that's great for people like me and you and some people in the chat that grade cards and want to sell some cards so we can buy other cards. Exactly. If we have another outlet to buy cards at this level and they're pushing that many repacks and they need graded cards, it's not a bad thing.
Yep. So we'll see how that works out. I don't foresee it making that much noise because we've already got people who's been doing it for a while.
No, and I don't think the only time I hear noise about repacks is when there's a scam.
I didn't mention if it was positive noise or negative noise.
Yeah. I mean, listen, here's the way I feel about repacks. As long as it's legit and all the cards are on board and there's a list, go for it. It sounds fun. If that's your thing, enjoy it. But for me, it's just something I'm not interested in.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agree. All right. So some more info on the National. Trade night is back. So they're doing it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which is the 31st through the 1st. And the 2nd between 6 and 11. So you got a whole 5 hours of just nothing but trading.
That's great.
Okay. So
love to see it.
If you're into that type of stuff, by all means, do you, boo-boo. All right. Next thing that's coming up. I don't even know why I'm showing this, but yeah. SCI apparently is now advertising on Yahoo. Who gives a crap? Move right along.
Who the hell looks at Yahoo? What in God's name? What kind of money does this guy have?
Who knows?
Well, Yahoo's like advertising.
This is what we're expecting for this upcoming Bowman. I like the design.
I love it. Very clean. Very simple. It's just like, I love it.
And we're looking at a release in May.
It does have that arch. It does have the top arch similar to a 2023. I actually got a card right here.
And I do like the fact that they were able to squeeze in prospects in that border.
Yeah. So they took that center logo, if you can look in the photo here, and they moved it off to the corner for their team logo. And then that arch top is very similar to 2023. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So it does have a similar look. It's very simple and clean. So if you kind of take away this bottom border here, they kind of duplicated the top and the bottom. I like it because it's simple. Yeah, and there's a good comment by Great Worthy, regarding centering. I don't know if it's about centering being good or bad. I think it's just about the ability to see it. When you look at 2022, you didn't have a right side border. You only had top and bottom and a left. So that was a very tough card to grade. You had to go right next to that logo and match those up on the left and right side. So yeah, it's got 4 sides. It looks like it's easy to determine if you've got a centered card.
Right.
So I like it. It's simple to me is flagship and regular Bowman.
Agreed. So this story caught my eye and I just had to share it. So you have an individual who literally spent 32 years looking for a specific serial number of this run of Ricky Henderson. Okay. And the reason why, if you look at it, let me pull it up. So he spent 32 years looking for number 939 out of 1350 of this specific run. And the reason being is because 939 was the record-breaking stolen base. And he spent 32 years hunting this card down and he finally got it.
Wait, does the story say that he spent 32 years somewhere?
After 32 years of patience, this collector finally found the exact card that he was looking for. And the guy's name is Ricky 939.
Okay, so he was looking for the number of steals out of that card number / but
no, he was specifically looking for the one that broke the record.
That broke the record. Okay, scroll down. And what brand is that? Is that Triple Thread? That's
Triple Thread. Leaf.
That's Triple Threads. Leaf Triple Thread.
That's top. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that product was out 32 years ago.
It's a good question.
You see what I'm questioning there?
Yeah.
I see what Topps did though. I'm being picky.
Okay, so his caption was the specific serial number. Ever since May 1st of 91, I have wanted a card that. Okay, so it wasn't this specific one.
He was looking for a card that captured it.
Serial number.
And I guess to have that card, you would have to have a card at least numbered out of 939.
Yes.
Which in this case, there was no other cards numbered out of 1,000. 939 out of 1,000. I'm finding that really hard to believe. There's no other Ricky Henderson cards since 1991 numbered out of 1,000 or better
that he was able to get his hands on. Probably not.
Huh. And when the internet is around, this is post-internet days. I don't know. I'm out. Move on.
I mean,
that's the kind of stuff I think about. What is? I get the story. I get the card, and I like it. I love it. There's nothing better than putting that last card in your binder or on your shelf, and good for him. I love every minute of the story. I'm a Ricky Henderson fan. No better base stealer, leadoff man, etc. I just don't get the story.
So here's the question then. If you was on the hunt for a specific serial number of J-Ram, let's just say his 500th home run, and they made a series out of 1,000.
Yeah, would I want 500? I would love to do that. Now here's another thing. He may have all of them. Anything over 939, he may have all the cards that are numbered 939 of at least that. That's maybe what the story's missing.
Okay.
Which I would love to hear that that's the case, because then he's been tackling every single card that has come out with at least a serial number of 1,000 or better.
Right.
And he's got every single one now that's numbered 939. And maybe that's what this means. But regardless, you're right. I would love to have every card. This is kind of like when people get, okay, J-Ram's number, you got 11. Yeah. Everybody wants 11. So you have to start at the orange to 25. So orange to 25 and up, everybody's looking for card number 11. The problem is, now that there's the internet and there's exposure to jersey numbers and collecting cards with jerseys, people charge a premium. So you're going to pay more.
They'll find any way to tack
squeeze
on
a little
premium.
Yeah, squeeze a little water out of the rock.
Color match, jersey numbered.
Yeah, belt buckle matches the belt buckle, matches the dirt on the ground.
Credit score over 650.
Yeah, 650 and up cards. That's a big one in the finance world.
But how it reads, it's still a good thing in my mind.
I love it. Yeah, I do. I was just trying. I guess my brain starts to put numbers together, and then I saw the card, and I'm thinking, Fralin said, "Isn't that a 2007 product?" So the math wasn't mathing. So yeah.
So I mean, okay, Adrian's in the chat. So, Adrian, if you happen to have an opportunity to find number 939 of a serialized Ricky Henderson set, if you had one wish, what set would that come out of?
Yeah, because she's a big A's fan and Henderson fan. I don't think I know a person that's not a Ricky Henderson fan.
Right.
I think everybody can appreciate how good he was.
Oh yeah, I mean,
untouchable records.
Definitely.
Possibly one of the best leadoff hitters, and then the best base stealer of all time.
But I will go out there on a limb and say he does have that record with the potential of being broken.
I mean, anything's possible.
I'm not going to mention names like Ronald Acuna, Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay, so Adrian's saying she would pick out of a Donruss Elite 92.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I used to. I think I opened up packs till my fingers got sore. Never got one. That's still something I would love to do if I had some extra cash. Just buy a bunch of cases at one time and just sit down and rip to my heart's content.
And Alan, you make a good point. Yeah, I don't expect for somebody to be like, you know what, I want number 939 out of Topps Dynasty.
I think a lot of people don't pay attention to that and don't even know that that's the record-breaking stat. When they listed that card or whoever listed, it would be nice to find that on eBay. Can someone in the chat possibly find that listing and drop it in the chat?
There you go.
Because it may be on eBay, unless he acquired it, at a card show.
Probably. I mean, who knows?
But either way, great story. Cool
and he
collection.
picked it up 2 years ago.
And I'll tell you what.
The story now.
Wait, is that okay? I can't anymore with Topps. Jesus Christ. Who do they have run their social media team? Me? I mean, there's no way that this is a 2-year-old story that's finally coming out now. But better late than never, I guess.
Okay, so Ron is saying that his wife pulled a Frank Thomas Elite out of a box that he bought recently. He had never pulled one. Yes,
and he did share that picture with me. It's very awesome that would Ron's wife. She's like, "Ooh, I got a shiny one," and then she said, "Oh, it's Frank Thomas." That's a extremely tough card to pull. You thought they printed a lot of cards today? 1992, they were running 3 shifts at every print shop in the country.
So moving on from Ricky, may he rest in peace. Bowman is coming back with the anime cards again.
Okay.
So guess who's coming out? Who's got their first anime?
New player or old player? Or current or retired?
No, he's active.
Okay, he's active because I'm hoping that they weren't going to start putting some veterans in there, which is good. So it's an active player. They didn't mess with the checklist in terms of adding retired players. Soto. Okay, I didn't see that. I think that's a pretty good looking card. They're keeping with the TV theme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're just going with a little bit more of a more modern TV than the first 54 Bowman when the first color TV came out.
Yep. They went from the wooden TV to a plastic covering. So hopefully by 2026, we'll have flat screens.
Oh, my God. I like it, though. I think it looks good. It's Soto. It's not your favorite, I know.
So, but I do like the fact that they throw the little thunderbolts and all that to give it a little more pop.
Yeah. I want to see one. Cool. I want to see a short print with those lines that would come up at the end of the night when you fall asleep on the couch back in the 90s, where it's just a beeping noise and your TV would have those bars across it. I think that would be cool to have a short print background of the TV going offline.
So all right, so that's what we expect. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some other new guys that's going to have an anime card. I just don't know.
Well, the rookies will. Okay. The 25 rookies will be in there. We had Ellie last year, so I wonder who they're gonna have. And again, I don't like to get into the checklist too much until I open the product because
I think I'll go out on the limb and say Roki Sasaki may likely get one because he is Japanese.
That would be cool. Yeah, they can't miss that opportunity, or can they?
Yeah.
Can they fumble that one?
Oh, this is Topps we're talking about. Anything is possible. All right, so yeah, I know you was new to it, Arnie, but every year
Sure.
on YouTube, Julie Farnham does this whole Allen and Ginter
Yeah, I
peanut
just learned of
butter,
it.
peanut butter, celery, asparagus run, or whatever the case
Yeah,
may be.
green leafy vegetables. Yeah,
Yes.
I
Okay.
thought it was pretty cool when I finally figured out what it was. I think it's pretty cool.
So one guy basically said, "Hold my beer," and this is another one from Tops. This dude completed the 50 card Birds of America set.
Oh wow! Yeah, and those are very inexpensive. They're tough to find, all of them.
Yeah.
You could tell he's got a lot of different conditions in there. Some are really nice, some are a little bit worn. I actually have several of those from a collection, along with some train cards like that
Yeah.
size, the tobacco size, and because those Piedmont packs of cigarettes, not every card was a baseball player, so you
Right.
would get a bird or something along those lines. But yeah, that's good for him, man. I love to see
Yeah.
these people completing things, whether it's birds or Ricky Henderson's 939 numbered cards.
You want to impress me? Put together the entire monster and all its damn different variant backs.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Do it without the Honus Wagner. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's still tough. It's still next to impossible.
So rumor has it this is the cover for Series 2.
Okay. Simple. It's Ohtani again. Not shocked.
Yeah. Not surprised. If it's not him, it's going to be Judge. And we had Judge for Series 1.
Judge has been on there so much, though, for since 2017. I mean, he was on 17 Update. His rookie year, he's on the cover.
Yeah.
So
it's they need to start. We have well over 1,000 active players in baseball right now, and we keep using the same 5 for products.
I think it's less than 5. I think it's 3 that I can remember.
I mean, if it's not Ohtani, it's Judge. If it ain't Judge, it's
Trout.
It's Trout.
Yeah. But Trout for the longest time. Trout has been on there a lot.
It's too much. Let's get like a Hans Krause out there, Mike inspired.
Oh, okay. All right. I see. We might have to get a petition, like real signatures for something like that. Like handwritten signatures to turn in. All right. You can try it.
It's crazy. All right. So Topps did put out this release schedule. So Tribute pre-order kicks off today at noon.
And the cases are sold out.
6 packs per box, and a mix of autos and relics with a price to be determined. But I think Ray said it's going to cost 2 car payments.
Yeah. And a take a guess.
Heritage High number $99.99. 9 cards with 24 packs in a box, 1 auto or relic, and that's releasing on the 26th.
And I think they tried to keep it under 100, which is good. But the reality is, it's going to cost you plus tax. It's going to cost you $110. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's still it's still a $74.99 product. Not much has changed in the last couple of years. Skeens, I get it, but Ellie was a rookie in the regular release, so he's in the first series. If you could tell me that it's Jackson Merrill that's driving it, okay, we can listen to that. Now, can you tell me that it's going to be other players like that are coming up that are actually playing really well right now that were anticipated to be good, like a Curtis Mead that's playing really, really good in the minors and hopefully makes the squad if he hasn't already.
Yeah.
So yeah, I listen. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to capitalize on the checklist and the players, but you can't start pushing those boxes over $100. It's still Heritage High number at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Yeah.
But all right, so we're at the 25-minute mark, and I'm ready to vent. Okay. So
I'm gonna take a break for a change.
We all know a damn MLB debut 101 sold for $1.1 million at auction. Okay. Now, if you don't know the backstory of the from time that the card was pulled through the hassles of trying to figure out who pulled it, why are they not showing their face, so on and so forth. All right. YouTube has an abundance of videos that will explain the story to you. Now, here is my issue. We are paying, well, I'm not going to say we have individuals that are spending 7 figures on a card that was manufactured last week. Okay. Now, not only are we spending that kind of money on a relatively new product, we're spending it on a guy that hasn't even established himself yet. He pitched for he debuted last season, maybe with 3 months left in the season to go. And I know I'm just being very fictitious about it.
Yeah.
But again,
partial season.
Right. He doesn't even have a full season under his belt yet. What is it that is gravitating the market to not just Paul Skeens, but this particular pitcher? Because if we really want to dig deep into it, I could name 4 or 5 that are currently pitching now that outshine him.
Meaning have the potential to outshine him, have played really well. I think you said it. I don't think it matters who you say, because I think you said it early when you started. It's all hype. Nothing can justify that price point.
Yeah, that's gonna be a different.
That's it, Tom, and you're absolutely right, because that kind of pivots to what I said, backstage before me and Enfuego, before he actually went live. I brought up the fact that I think that this is them trying to get into that logo man space, and then here we are 4 or 5 days earlier, we just saw logo man, the gold logo man on the back of this guy's jersey. It's like they're trying to do exactly what they did with Panini, so they can sell these boxes of Chrome at $7.99, $800, like they do with football optic and football basketball. Yep. That is what they are trying to do. Mark my words. I said this 2 years ago. I don't want a pat on the back, but I could just see the writing on the wall. No company gets acquired and starts lowering prices. This is just their goal in mind, and we're just seeing small snippets and pieces in what is next to come. And then the only way it's going to change is if you all just stop buying the product. If it's too much, buy a different product. Collect something else. That's it.
So I put this article in the chat for your reading pleasure. The only thing that I found positive out of this whole auction, okay, was the fact that all proceeds that were made in this auction are going to be donated to fire relief funds in California.
The juice, the premium, not the actual cost of the card. The cost of the card,
no.
He's keeping. The kid's keeping.
Yeah.
So the juice on 1.1 million, 20% would be several $100,000.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah.
It still helps.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's a good PR move.
Trying to pocket the money.
Yeah. And good for them, a good cause.
Okay. Now, to answer Stuff Geeks Rip's question, yes, they actually did. Dick's Sporting Goods did purchase the card. Okay, and I had their whatchamacallit here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. But Dick's Sporting Goods did pick up the card, and they are going to have it on display at a Dick's Sporting Goods store, roughly 8 miles away from PNC Park.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
That's a great idea. I love that, though, by the way. I will say I think that's great.
And there was a quick article that CBS actually did it. All right. So the guy that actually did the interview is one of their executives, Ed Stack. Okay. Acquiring the card enables them to celebrate his incredible talent. Granted, he's only pitched maybe, let me see, 11-3. He's only pitched 14 games.
Okay.
All right. but they're saying how he's talking, he's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. But what we didn't know now is Dick's is making subtle hints that they are also going to get into the hobby as well. Okay, so we see that it's going to be housed in a new space at the Ross Park location that will be known as the collector space. Dick said that whoever wrote this don't know grammar, that the place is going to feature cards and memorabilia, but they also plan on allocating a small piece of real estate in a lot of their locations and make it kind of like a miniaturized LCS.
Yeah, with some modern product.
Yes.
I also will note too that I just looked up. I wanted to confirm this, but headquartered in Pittsburgh. Dick's is actually headquartered in Pittsburgh, so that's why this makes a lot more sense now that we're reading more into it.
Okay.
And as we said earlier, in Fuego, we were talking about the amount of money that is spent on marketing. You know, McDonald's is not great food. It tastes good. We all like it. It's got the nostalgia factor, us as kids.
Yep.
But they sell billions of dollars of food each year and billions of customers. But they do it by marketing, right? They don't do it because they have good food. They do it because it's quick, it's easy, and it's somewhat affordable in some places, and some places not. But the main thing is it's marketing.
Right.
So does that make this card good? No, I think this is the best $1 million that Dick's has spent. I don't know what the chat feels about that, but I think that this is the best $1 million they spent in marketing. Not to mention, if the guy has a great career, it's going to be a good card. The card's not going to go down to 50 cents. Like, it's going to be a valuable card. Is it worth $1 million? Definitely not. But it's the whole thing about what we see and hear and what we're told to believe or what we're shown. That's all marketing. That's all someone else telling us that.
Right.
They didn't ask me for my opinion, but $1 million in 2025, I don't know much about the marketing side or what they spend or what companies of that size spend a year. I got to imagine that's a pretty good deal because they have everybody talking about it. Definitely the best 1 million spent on advertising for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean,
I know we're still talking crazy numbers when Pepsi does $5 to $8 million for a 1 minute commercial. Doritos does a $5-6 million commercial during the Super Bowl. Like,
way less than a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, and that has the gift that keeps on giving, because most people that go into a sports card store know about Dick's. Most people that go to Dick's Sporting Goods probably know about sports cards.
And I know you brought this up earlier, but in case nobody knew, Dick's is number 3 as the top seller of retail product.
Yeah, and I wasn't aware of that they were even in the contention. I thought it was just Target and Walmart, and that was it.
Because you have Target leading the pack. You got Walmart leading the pack. Then it's Target, and then Dick's comes around. Now, if you wanted to expand that to top 10 or top 20, you'll have your Barnes and Nobles. Eventually, you'll have your GameStop. I do know that there's a few, like, I don't know how it is outside of Florida, but there's a relatively popular gas station brand out here called Wawa. They sell flagship stuff out here too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, those mega gas stations and service stops are big right now. Buc-ee's, Wawa, those are all pretty popular stuff that has sports cards. And I mean, look at Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's had cards way pre-COVID.
Oh, definitely.
Since the mid-teens, 2017, 18, they've had cards.
But so here's a question that we wanted to ask the chat before we went on, because I'm sure out of the 26 that are in here now, somebody has got to know how this whole advertising thing works. So I had asked the question of what is the possibility in another auction house, and I mentioned Golden's, for example, bringing in more money for that Paul Skeens. Okay. And then Arnie brought up the fact that there's other reputable auction houses that they may not bring up as much, but they will advertise the living hell out of it. Okay. REA, they send emails. They do social media. They send out a hard copy book every quarter. You know, I mean, what is
I
the
just think
chat's
the
opinion?
card at a time like this, you don't go to the new player in town.
Right.
But the fact that they got the card and made that move to donate that money from the hammer price, the 20% juice, to the relief fund for the California wildfire, or not wildfires, but fires.
Mm-hmm.
If we're taking that part out of it, then yes. If it was someone like myself, I would definitely shop that card and see what each one has to offer. That's just me. Again, this thing took a whole different turn and was done behind closed doors, and then what came out was already done. That's what we have to remember here. So taking that out of consideration, what would you guys have done, and where do you think that card should have gone?
Yeah. Oh, and here's that snapshot you was talking about, Arnie.
Oh, geez, yeah.
A 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom house in Pittsburgh for $950 compared to a $1.1 million piece of cardboard with some ink on it, wrapped in plastic.
Mm.
Oh, Olivia Dunn. But
Next.
it's now. I'm not really harping on the fact that how much was spent on this particular guy. Well, I am to a
Okay.
certain extent. We're talking about a player who has not established himself. Okay. And before me and Arnie actually got together, I went on Baseball Reference and I tried to compare stats with other pitching greats. And I think I was thinking too outside of the box because the other 5 pitchers that I compared schemes to, 4 of them were Hall of Famers. So then Arnie brought me back down to reality and gave me a list of some names that are within the same scope, and the numbers look a little more argumentative in my favor. So
yeah, and they got zero attention.
And yeah, exactly. So the players that we chose that Arnie mentioned, you got Shota Imanaga, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Kodai Senga. Okay.
And I think I said Kodai Senga being the closest was completely ignored with 202 Ks on his rookie campaign.
Correct. Okay. And then you got Imanaga with 173.1 innings pitched.
And a 15-3 record, and nobody talked about him either.
And his ERA is below 3.
Yeah, on a team with probably not much run support either. Yeah. So could that have been a little bit better? It doesn't have his runs per 9. It doesn't have anything else on there, but it'd be interesting to see what those 3 losses were like and how he fared.
I mean, it's so let me see.
It's pretty wild though when you're looking at these numbers and how come these guys didn't get it? Was it the Livy Dunn effect? Is it the fact that he had great success in the championship game for college? Is it the quick rise to the MLB?
Okay, so for last season, he's given up 149 hits, 27 being home runs. He walked 28 times. He came in 5th for Cy Young, 4th for Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just don't get it.
It's Livy. I'm telling you, go back to Livy. Let's show the picture. Put her up there. I mean, while we're talking facts, we got stats. Put her up there.
You know, and then now let's take Kodai.
Yeah, great rookie. 204 strikeouts. You know who else we forgot to put up here? Can we add a 5th one? Spencer Strider.
That's another one, yeah.
That is I'm curious now to see Spencer Strider. Obviously hurt, but I want to see Spencer Strider. Similar, larger build. Yeah, let's throw Spencer Strider in there on his rookie campaign.
Okay, so let me compare him to this jackass.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Nope, we're going to do first season. Okay, so Spencer Strider and Paul Skeens. Don't start acting up. See, Baseball Reference don't even want to deal with damn Paul Skeens anymore. All right. So now let's come on down here. Okay. Well, there goes that argument.
It's not giving. Yeah, but it's not giving. That's the. Oh, he go to his second year. He only pitched 2 games on his first year. So go to his first full year, which was the year prior to being hurt. So go to the second year for Strider. Yeah, 23, second season. That's his full. Keep Skeens as his rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good there. All right, and we'll see what that looks like. This is going to be the tell.
Still, 11-5, 11-3,
202 strikeouts. Same innings pitch, he had 72 more strikeouts. His K rate's a little bit higher. His walks are a little bit lower for Skeens. Okay, it's pretty close. It's very close.
I hope not, Alan.
Well, at the same time, can I just say what the answer is? It's Livy Dunn. There's our answer. We've got 5 great players.
That didn't work out for Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet there.
Okay, but again, I mean, I'm not knocking his talent. Okay, he came out swinging. I'll give him that. And
I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope he succeeds. I know a lot of people say get hurt. The best thing you want for baseball is to see amazing talent. Just imagine being able to see Nolan Ryan play from 1969 on.
You know, everybody is focused on WAR, and it's not a end all be all.
Yeah, you got to look at the games that were 15-3.
Right.
But for Senga going 15-3, did he give up 5 runs each time? We don't know. You have to dive into those. It's kind of like saying, I think I mentioned something where, Gavin Williams, he sucks for Cleveland. Well,
yeah,
he pitched a lot better than his record stated. There is times where pitchers go out there and pitch a gem, and they give up 2 runs, and your offense puts up 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand that when you're watching and following baseball, Lawkins right. Take stats with a grain of salt. It's not just WAR; it's every other category that kind of you have to look at. But my point is that those 5 pitchers that we compared him to, they're all really, really good, and nobody cares.
Nope.
It's got to be Livy. It's got to be her. I'm just saying, it's got to be her. I have no other answers.
That should play a part because, I mean, Skeens doesn't even have a personality. He kind of reminds me of the Visine guy.
The dry red eyes?
Yes.
He's just you're not the guy, you mean the eyes. He's just dry.
He's just bleh.
I bet you he's fun at parties though. When there's no cameras on, I have a feeling he's a lot of fun. I want to believe he's smiles and has fun, and I don't think he does though.
How many followers did Livy have before Skeens?
More than Skeens. Way more than Skeens.
Well, either way, Skeens, Livy is not on the mound with damn Skeens.
How many people care about Otani's dog? I'll take Livy Dunn for 500. I don't think it's close.
I just think that, in my opinion, there's just as good, if not better, producing pitchers out there that
we just saw 5 of them.
Deserve that credit.
Yeah, there's 5 rookies that had great seasons, 200 plus Ks. You know how hard that is at a rookie campaign?
It's just
Strider threw 204 in less games, 32 extra strikeouts, 32 more strikeouts in less games. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if, and I mentioned this before, if Skeens takes the Steven Strasburg path down his career. You know, he was hyped up before his debut. He debuted, had a phenomenal first year. It was his second year that you started seeing that ship sink.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't like to pile on people because these guys are human.
Yeah.
And they didn't ask for this. The media does all this. Let's be real here. We can't even get Paul Skeens to smile, right?
Right.
No, it's not about being good. It's about being popular, Sean. We're trying to draw the parallel between why are these other guys not popular that are just as good and had really, really good, strong rookie campaigns. They don't get any of the same hype or love or attention in the media, which is something I don't really care about because prove me on the field, right? But yeah, Sean, we're trying to draw the parallel to why are they so popular in the media's eyes when you have 5 great seasons from the past 24 months with 5 different pitchers?
Right. I mean, trying to keep it's another example, and it's just taking a step outside of baseball. Look at Swifty with Kelsey.
Yeah. And that boy was on a milk carton in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was. You know, his following went through the roof because of her.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
and listen, I'm fine with all that. I just don't see. Is it the media taking an opportunity to realize how popular Livy Dunn is with the younger crowd? Is that what it is? Possible.
Yeah. All right. So going back to Skeens real quick, this is what they're projecting his 2025 series to be. 5 games. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's his projections. 9-4, 127 innings pitched. He's given up 12 home runs, 35 walks. He's going to hit 6 people. And ERA of 2.69.
Okay, so that tells me right away that the Pirates are going to suck so bad they're going to limit his innings.
Okay. I could see that.
That's what we talked about before we got on the air. That's what my guess would be. If the Pirates are in the cellar by June, mid-June to end of June, I think they limit his innings, and I think that's what that says right there.
Right. Because I mean, during spring training, he went 2-0. He only pitched 2 games, which
sure. Well, yeah, and again, his 2-0 is basically, you know. Did he pitch? How many total innings?
He pitched more than innings.
2 games. Yeah. So how many games though? 5 games. He appeared in
5 games with a 2-0 record.
Yeah. So 18. So divide that by 3. So yeah, roughly 3.5 to 4 innings per game.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, getting back to that, tells you he just went 17 and what? 17 and something. 17 and 6. What did he go in his rookie campaign?
11-3 last season.
I'm sorry, 11-3. And you're telling me he's going to pitch? He's going to go 9 and
he's expected to go 9-4 after this season.
Why only 9-4? Is he getting hurt? I don't get it. What they're going to limit him?
Yeah,
nice projection. 9-4, huh?
I mean,
well, there's going to be more innings there. He'll get some no decisions in there and stuff like that. But a 9-4 record, that's a little low for the popular as he is and as good as he's supposed to be.
Now, if you was the Pirates front office and you can see that there's no mathematical chance in you making the playoffs, would you deactivate him?
Yeah, because this isn't Yeah, and Jared Jones is out too. Yeah, that's exactly right. Because I think Jared Jones is a great pitcher. He's pretty solid.
Priester.
Well, Priester too, but Jones is is better of the 2.
Okay.
Obviously, Skeens is the better of the 3, but yeah, he's going to make a great toucher. Oh, you guys.
But yeah,
same scenario media. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Verlander got much more popular when Kate was at the game shouting over the dugout. You know, like, oh, who's she dating? And then when those photos got leaked, that was a whole other popularity contest.
Right.
So, but it also helps that Verlander is a great pitcher. He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, the guy's amazing, and he's still pitching pretty well at his older age. Also, I just think that there's so much baked in when we talked about baked in value. How many Cy Young Award winners and all this stuff does this guy have for that card to sell for that kind of money?
Okay, so Tom has a rebuttal. He doesn't see the Pirates limiting him because he's what's drawing revenue. That makes sense.
but they're not selling. They're not there to sell tickets. The money's already made for the tickets is secondary. All the money's in TV deals when it comes to that. Are they going to sell some more hot dogs and some more jerseys? Yeah, but the team shop's open even when the stadium's not open. You know, the team shops are open online. Team shops are open usually till about 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. That's attached to the stadium, even on a day where they're not even at the stadium. So I don't know.
I mean, I wish the kid the best, but I mean, is he considered the best? Not by any means. That's all I'm saying.
No, not at all.
You know, I mean, excluding.
I do want to see him pitch well, and I want to see great pitching. I want to see when they come and play Cleveland or they come and play your team, if you can get tickets and it's like you can look ahead of the schedule and kind of, okay, looks like he's going to start pending an injury. I think it's good. Right. I think it's good that he gets over there, but I do want to see him pitch well. I hope the guy has a 15-year career and he's a Hall of Famer one day. But right now, I'm selling all my Paul Skeens cards.
I've got about 6 of them that's just sitting here right now, and I'm looking for a home for.
Yeah, time to sell.
You know, but I mean, I'm sure he's going to be game day opener for the Pirates, and I was just trying to see. So it looks like they're playing the Rays. That should be an easy. Oh no, actually no. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're. When does their damn season kick off? It should be the 27th, right? It's an away game. Okay, yep. So they're going to Miami. So that should be.
Okay. So wait, what month is this that you got pulled up here?
I've got March.
Okay. So he's going to start the season, right? He's doing the opener, the home opener, not the away opener. But do they start on the road, or did you say that was at home?
No, this is away.
Okay, so what's their first home game? That's what I would look at.
Their first home game is likely gonna be with the Yankees.
And if they have a 5-man rotation, they're gonna run. Oh yeah, with the Yankees, nice. Okay.
So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he opens up the home season. But I mean,
pretty cool. How about baseball's right around the corner?
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Like I can't wait. I'm tired of watching reruns of Major League and stuff that they've been making up for the last 3 weeks in a row. You know, you can only deal with that, but so much. All right, but also, so Topps did their own little thing too, and I found this kind of funny. So, who will win MLB Rookie of the Year in 2025? Right?
Okay.
They're expecting Jason Dominguez.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how they have in order: Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell, Jacob Wilson, Jackson Jobe, Christian Moore, Will Wagner, Kobe, Jace Jung, Sugano, and Kumar.
Wow. Yeah, I placed a wager on plus 800 right there, Jacob Wilson.
Okay.
And I took a long shot at 6,500 to 1. I bet $100 on National League Ronnie Mauricio. If healthy, I think Ronnie Mauricio. Again, I only bet it because it was long shot odds. $100 pays 6,600. Yeah. So, and that's the National League. Let's see where they're ranked in the for the National. Is there a National League breakdown?
That's what I'm trying to find now. Okay, that's AL. Maybe
NL. Just keep going. Yeah.
So NL, they're looking at Sasaki.
Okay.
Then Dylan Cruz. Then Matt Shaw. And here's some rest of the favorites.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this kid.
Neither have I. He's in 24 Bowman, though. I know that.
Okay. Here's an underpriced long shot.
Painter, yeah, a lot of people like him. Where's the 6,500 long shot that I bet? He's not even on there. It says idiot underneath it with my name.
Oh, jeez.
So, it's happened before.
That's their rookies of the year.
It's fun.
Now,
it's fun.
MVPs. So we are predicting Bobby. Okay. Then Jordan, Gunner, J Ram. Holy shit, he's actually
he's got votes. He's usually like fifth in voting every year.
Yeah,
he's always close, but he's just comes up short. I think if he would have got the 40-40, but again, look who you're up against. 7,000 home runs by Aaron Judge. You're not going to beat that. I mean, it's not even a thing. They should just make the home run trophy something separate. It's like the Cy Young and the Rookie of the Year for pitchers or MVP for pitchers.
I like how they incorporated Trout into this MVP run. I'm hoping he has a redemption season and shuts down all the hype.
You got to remember, this guy loves to play baseball. This is the guy that was crying when he got hurt. They were interviewing him. He was holding back tears. Like he doesn't want to be away from baseball. He wants to play.
Judge going to do nothing but walk to first this year.
He may. What's the point of pitching to him?
Yeah.
If Stanton's not in the lineup.
Then then here's the rest of them with at least 40-1. Langford, Green, and Buxton. Buxton
can win, but they don't play him enough.
No.
He's that good. They just don't play him enough. And when he is healthy, they're like, let's just sit him down. He's going to get hurt walking to first base.
Yeah.
He's so fragile.
Be nice with that old man.
Yeah, but he's a great player.
Here's NL. Soto, Tatis, Betts, Harper, Tucker, and Acuna.
Remember, Betts was on a trajectory to win that MVP before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So 6-1. Harper's always in the conversation.
We're looking at Soto to lead the pack.
They got Ronnie at plus 1,600. He's not even healthy yet.
And then any honorable mentions? Carroll
Lindor
and Churio.
Lindor, go back up to Lindor. Just a hair. What's Lindor at? Keep going a little bit more.
2,200.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet right there too. With having Soto in the lineup now, did Lindor come in second last year in MVP for National League?
I
think he came in second or third. Lindor for MVP 2024. I think that's a good bet right there at 2,200. If you're a gambling man, I think that's decent odds.
Okay. Apparently, I don't know how to fucking spell Francisco. All right, moving right along though. He came in
MVP
second.
too. Yep. I think with Soto in the lineup, that's pretty. Again, we don't know where they're going to hit Soto yet, but pick your poison. What are you going to do? You're going to have to pitch to Lindor every time. Lindor is going to bat ahead of Soto. We know that. He's going to be in the 3-hole, or does he lead off?
Yeah.
Where's we need some Mets fans in here. I'm curious about this one now.
Well, you trying to project their lineup?
Yeah, I'm just curious if where they're going to put Lindor. I'm not too concerned about Soto. He's going to be in the 4-hole, and they may even bat him in the 3-hole. They'll have Pete Alonso in the 4 spot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Maybe bat Soto third, but Lindor, is he going to be leadoff? That's what I'm curious about.
Okay, he's going to be leadoff, followed by Soto.
MVP and the leadoff spot, followed by Soto. Okay, Soto at 2. Who's
Pete's at 3, Nemo's at 4, Viento's at 5, Winker's at 6, Series 7, Beatty 8, and then Torrens at 9.
Yeah, I like that Mark Vientos kid. 20 some bombs in 2/3 of the season.
Yeah.
Well, the Mets got a pretty dangerous lineup there. So Brett Beatty's going to be starting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
So,
all right.
So what's left? We have Cy Young. This one should be fun.
Dom just said Vientos is going to be 3rd, and then Pete.
What the hell does Dom know? Anyway, love you, Dom. All right, so here's the potential awardees. Crochet.
Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Then you got
Reagan's. I like him a lot. That kid's good. He came over from Texas.
Injury-prone DeGrom.
He's healthy, though. That's the thing.
Then you got followed up with Logan Gilbert, Valdez. Valdez got some potential.
Yeah. Kid's
then
good.
You got Pablo Lopez and Shane McClanahan.
McClanahan's healthy. They just threw in some of these big names. There's a lot better players to bet on the list, but you could see the little parentheses next to it has the
Then you got the longer shots. Hunter Brown plus 2,500, and then Bailey Obear.
You really in any of these games. This is not gambling advice. This is just me. This is an old list. McClanahan got injured again, but what you always want to look at is opportunities. Does the guy even have an opportunity? It's tough to win it as a leadoff hitter, just in terms of RBIs and things like that. Now, second and third time through the lineup, I get that, but that you're taking one of those at bats away once you're leading off the game. So, and usually towards the end of the game as well. But a lot of these guys, if they get the opportunity and they're going to be in the rotation, if healthy, you can usually get a little bit of an edge to get your money in at a decent point where you say, all right, he's projected to do this, but at least he's got an opportunity, where some of these guys are completely such a long shot that they're banking on, injuries or even using the guy as much as a fifth or sixth starter, especially starting homes as open. So, you know what though? Here's the thing. But if you're scoring 5 runs a game or 4 point, let's say you're scoring 4+ a game is your average, 4.55. Does it matter? These guys, you don't need these guys to go 8 innings. You need these guys to go 5.
Yeah.
The way the game's played today.
Pitching 6-7 innings for a starter, those days are long past us.
Yeah. Another conversation.
Unless you're on pace for a no-hitter or a perfect game. So, like, if you pitch well into the 7th inning with 2 outs and then you give up that bloop single, they're going to pull you. So, but I don't know. Then they got, Hunter Brown. And you got the Bailey Obear. All right, so for National League, they're looking at Zach Wheeler with the highest odds. Then Sale, Snell, Burns, Seams, and Glasnow.
Yeah.
Alcantara and Holmes. And Schwellenbach.
At plus 400? Geez, people like this guy. His card's been selling too. I was surprised. Someone brought that up to me the other day when we were opening up Series 1.
He's had a good spring training.
Yeah, he looks good. You never know. Let's see what his girlfriend looks like, and then we'll talk.
If she looked like Rosie O'Donnell, he doesn't stand a chance at all.
No, his card's going for $30. That patch debut card.
Yep. So, anything else here? Nope, that's pretty much it. So, we normally run 2 hours, but there ain't really much out there to talk about. But I think we got a lot discussed of in an hour time frame. So
sure, absolutely.
I'm satisfied. I don't want to force it. But I do know that once the season kicks off, we will have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, and we're going to follow the card prices along with some of these changes and trends of, are the card values going to follow the production on the field?
As close to as possible with some deviations, of course.
Yeah, because I just want to see, for once, I want to see movement like it used to be when we were kids. When I say we were kids, like the Beckett magazines with the up and down arrows. When the guy played great and had a great month, you could that new Beckett to come out to give you the up and down arrow.
Yeah.
I do like the Zach Gallen pick, Dom. I agree with you on that one. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I could see Gallen.
He's solid
for it. So we'll see how it works out. But that's pretty much everything that we wanted to discuss. Hopefully we're done with this whole Paul Skeens train and his auction nonsense. But other than that, that's pretty much all we got for tonight. I know on Fridays, Arnie has his online LCS. Now, since Arnie is not as tech savvy as your average human being, I did make a commercial for him advertising what he does on Fridays. I went ahead and posted that on my channel for him.
Yep, and it's awesome.
Okay, so if y'all could go ahead and take, if you haven't seen that video, go take a look at it.
It will be there this Friday. I'm going to find, I have someone that's going to help me, and do a little test run. So we'll be there on Friday. So I'm excited, and he's going to be making an additional one here in the near future. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Good stuff. I like the creativity in this one.
And it's all about helping each other out. That's pretty much
right.
all what it's all about. As for me, I have nothing projected coming up, but I do have a package that finally decided to leave the
facility.
great city of Cleveland. Okay, I think it was probably a stunt double on first 48, so it should be here on Thursday. So if I think what's in that box, I'll be able to produce a video out of what's in it,
Yeah.
and we'll just go from there. But other than that, I do appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hit that like button again if y'all haven't done so. Go check out Arnie's channel. I mean, he does some great things on his stuff. You know, he pulls damn breaks out of his fourth point of contact.
That's true.
They're not your typical breaks. You know, he actually put some thought and effort into putting these breaks together, making sure that all 30 teams comes out with something of some kind.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's a lot of people that do the breaks. I give people credit that do a lot of that stuff because it takes more time than I thought it would be just to throw some product up on the screen and then open it. You do have to put a little bit of more work into it. But that's all I got. Nothing else new. Everything else is the same, which is always good news. Good luck to everybody on their fantasy baseball. Good luck on your brackets. Good luck on your sweet 16 for the college basketball. For all you guys out there that are gambling or still have some brackets that are alive. And All
right, everybody. We will catch you on the next episode, and we'll see you on YouTube land throughout the week.